Second attraction of the day, which in my opinion should be the next wonder of the world or should be added to this list, is Gaudi's Temple of Sagrada Familia. So one thing about this tour is these tickets sell out months in advance. If you come to Barcelona, at least schedule these tickets a couple months in advance. You can get the English guided tour or the Spanish one, and it's recommended on the day of your appointment. Come here at least 15 to 30 minutes early. But look at the crowds outside. We are on the last tour at 4:30 p.m. And then we also have tickets to go up to one of the towers and scale it up, which I was not able to do last time. So this is the replica of the Sagrada Familia, Temple of Sagrada Familia. It's a basilica, three facets to it, each covering different aspects of Jesus' life. One of them is his birth, then his actual life, and then finally his passing away or death. That's the death side. And you can see here that there are going to be 12 towers for the 12 apostles. There's going to be a tower for Mother Mary, the topmost tower for Christ himself. And after this is finally completed, it's been in the making for over 100 years now. It's going to be the tallest church in the world. Definitely, obviously, the tallest in Barcelona, but in the world too. This is the actual structure. And as you can see, it's still being built with parts. And construction is still on. But let's go check it out. So, something about this structure. It actually was started in 1882 by a very renowned architect then. Don't know the name fully, but he basically quit. He made a few of the structures, pillars, and did this Gothic design inside and quit. And then Gaudi, who was his student, took over the project and devoted 12 plus years of his life. And he worked on it till age 73, till unfortunately Gaudi got hit by a tram and then passed away a few days later. So getting started here, this is one of the facades, and this has been done by Gaudi. This is the birth of Jesus Christ. So when you get closer by, you can see, that's Jesus being born, Mother Mary, Joseph. Here are the three wise men. You'll see, I think, animals and everybody welcoming Jesus, playing the musical instruments, and this whole thing has a lot of life. So you see on this pillar on top, you see the word Jesus. This pillar here says Maria, and that pillar over there mentions Joseph. And a lot of attention to detail has been given. An example of that is if you see these turtles. So there's one turtle here, and this turtle has claws, and this turtle is for the mountain side of Barcelona, and that's where you need a turtle with claws. And here is the other side on the left side. And if you notice, this turtle under Joseph's pillar has fins, and this side is very close to the sea, and that's the turtle you have which will swim. If you focus on this side, again, it's kind of a little sad story. This is, one of the Roman soldiers killing kids or babies under 2 years old. So it's been depicted by that. And somebody is pleading to them not to do so. But here you have Jesus Christ in Mother Mary's arms, sitting on a donkey, Joseph, and they're escaping to Egypt. And I think that's Christ talking to his father. So you'll see a lot of animals there too, and you see a chameleon here, which was a Gaudi structure. or a Gaudi favorite. Overall, a lot of celebration, more designs, more welcoming, and that's this side of the structure. So let's go inside and check it out now. So as we are walking inside too, and these are the doors, right? And again, here you'll see a lot of forest, which is Gaudi's speciality. You'll see crickets, bugs, beetles, snails. You'll see a chameleon, spiders. This is the moment when we walk inside. It's breathtaking. A lot of stained glass, pillars supporting the entire structure. And some of it is still under construction. But for the majority part, the interior has already been done. And it got done in 2010. So the Pope could come in and hold Mass here. Every Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, Mass is held here. But one needs to get here by 7 so that they can get a spot to come in. It gets very crowded. So this is the right side of the Basilica. And here again, you see stained glass. The one observation is that the colors are in blue, green, more cooler. And that represents the birth side. So that is the more joy, more calmer, more serene side. And that's how the colors are the way they are. And if one were to look on the left side, the colors are more dark, like hotter and dark and brighter, and that represents the death side, where there is a lot more fire and sunset, and that's the symbol of those differentiating different colors. On top, you see a balcony here and a balcony on top on the right side too, and that's for the choir uh, for mass. Look at this, how magnificent this is. A lot of this has been built after Gaudi's passing. You can see different colors here as well. So these pillars are made of concrete so that they can withstand for years and withstand the weight as well as last for long years. And the arc is this way to not only withstand the weight but also represent the forest. So it's like you're walking through a forest with natural light and you're seeing different colors. The four pillars there, those are the marble from Iran. That's how it's gotten covered. Then over the years, the colors of the stones have changed um, as well. So simply magnificent. Gaudi knew that he would not be able to complete the structure, given the technology at that time in his lifetime. So he's devised the plan in such a way that other architects go and build the rest. Right now, I think we are on like the fourth or fifth generation of architects, and they all have been disciples of each other, and they have been working on this. These architects have used all different methods in a way. They have a different style on purpose, so they didn't want to replicate or be a copy of Gaudi. They wanted their own stamp on things. Uh, and a couple other interesting things are there are two towers on both sides that we can take the elevator and go up, but you got to climb back down. So we have tickets for those, and that is at 6 o'clock. So we got to wait our turn. Uh, but look how beautiful this is. Here's a closer look inside as we get closer to the altar. So this is the only place you'll see a religious structure. Everywhere else, you do not see any statues of Jesus or Mary or anybody, because Gaudi wanted this to be a temple for all religions, so people can come here and meditate and refresh their spirit. As I mentioned earlier, Gaudi died while building this, 73 years old. Unfortunately, just got hit by a tram and he was leaving the building. Um, they, they do have space down there for mass, but that's Gaudi's grave, and he's coming up on 100 years. So that's the centennial year that they're hoping that Jesus Christ Tower will be done by as an ode to the original or the architect who really worked on this project, Gaudi. This has a little bit of a different Gothic style, and this is from the original architect who worked on it for like a year. But then he quit the project. So now we are walking out to the Passion side or the Passion facade, and that's the facade for Christ's passing away or death. And you can see that there is the tower that you can take the elevator to. And if you look here, there's art everywhere in every nook and cranny of this building. So we are outside at the Passion facade, or which depicts his death. So if you can see, the first observation is there was a lot of celebration and a lot of detailed design on the first side. The bird side, there is nothing like this here because this side represents death, sadness. That's the scene from the Last Supper. And the person whom you see there with his hand in the backside hidden there, that's Judas, who's trying to play the backhand game here. And he's going to betray. So you know that. That's Judas again. And you see a snake there. And that represents deceit again. And that kiss of deceit or kiss of death. Here you see the three women. One of them is Veronica, and she's the one who I think wiped Jesus's face as he was carrying the cross. Sad, man there. But that's Jesus up there carrying the cross. And finally over here, and you see the two soldiers, and that actually is Gaudi. That's a self-portrait of Gaudi. And finally you see a naked Jesus Christ being crucified, the skull, and then the moon. Very somber. But that's how this architect. So you can see the figures are of a different design, very different mood here, and a different architect.